So now let's grab our linen thread. I keep mine in the clear stamp cases from Stampin'. Just keeps it from turning into a big old mess in my drawer like I used to have it. I'm just going to take this and use a mini glue dot to secure it to the back side. I'm just going to wrap it around twice. Grab my scissors. I'm just going to secure it. By the way, if you ever look at the back side of my projects, you'll always see a mistake. So remember that we always have two sides to all of our cardstock, so be sure to use them. Anytime, like when I did this earlier, I was just playing with the colors to make sure they were really the colors I wanted to go with. And I loved it, so obviously we used it. Okay, so this is going to be what goes onto the front of our card. So let's go ahead and pull the front of our card in. You'll be able to see. Before I stick it down, I want to put this piece of Whisper White that we punched out. So I'm going to float this all the way to the left-hand side of the card and float this just like so. Now I'm going to use some snail on the back side of this. And put this onto the front of my card. And then we're going to use dimensionals for my Thinking of You. Now I had stuck this down with Dotto adhesive just because it made it easier with my Stampin' jig. So that's why it was kind of stuck to my page there. Let's grab a couple dimensionals. We're going to pop that up right there. We're not done yet. So we're going to use the color Spritzer tool. This was one of the things I first fell in love with when I started stamping, and I still love it to this day. So I don't want too much color going on here. And so all I'm going to do is hold this above. I've got the Marina Mist marker in there. And I always recommend starting up high. The closer you get, the bigger your droplets will be. Up high, it'll be more of a fine mist. So you can kind of see them start to drop on there. And that's exactly what I want. The hardest part with this color Spritzer tool is knowing when to stop, because very quickly it goes from being an accent to being overwhelming. Next I'm going to trade in for my Pear Pizzazz marker. We're going to add a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so I have one thing left to do, and that's going to be with my linen thread. I'm just going to bring it over now that all my color spritzing. Oh, and just so that you know, let this dry for a second because they're ink droplets rather than like when you stamp it. So they're going to be more condensed. So especially if you're spraying down close, you need to give it a few minutes to get good and dry. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim off that. So those of you that really know me know that I could not just leave it alone without doing the inside of the card. So what I did was I went ahead and I re-inked up the vine that we used from the Thoughts and Prayers, and I have a piece of Whisper White 5 1/4 by 4 inches, Breath of Life on here. I used the same colors, the Marina Mist. I'm just going to stamp this down into the bottom left-hand corner. So then we've got that pretty vine. Some snail on the back. And there you go. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed learning how to make this beautiful Thinking of You card featuring Marina Mist and Pear Pizzazz as our main colors. To learn more about rubber stamping for card making and scrapbooking, be sure to visit www.iteachstamping.com. And remember, I don't just sell rubber stamps, I teach you how to use them. Have a great day.